from DSPM's KB Pendarkar College. Today I will continue with yesterday's session about few points that will help you in coming up exams. I will discuss certain points that will have that will be helpful for you. Like certain points as such, I will start with the media mix. Yesterday I have discussed in short what is a media mix. It's a combination of communication channels, different communication channels which you can use to meet your marketing objectives. That means if you want to sell any product or any services, you can use a combination of different media channels. Why I'm saying this, it is better to use different media channels because every individual media channel is having certain characteristics or certain plus advantages as well as certain disadvantages, which we are going to discuss in further. That is why it is helpful to every advertiser as well as the agencies to use a media combination of different communication channels, such as they can use email, they can use radio, they can use television, they can use social media, etc. Why there is a need for media mix? The need for media mix is for the effective communication. See, the company's basic objective is to what? To communicate with the audience regarding the benefits or the advantages, or they want to sell a new product into the market. This is the communicative communication objective. So across, if you want to reach large number of audience, the communication should be in such a way that they should use such a channel that the communication should reach a large number of audience. So there is a need for media mix. That is communication objective. Second is the frequency of message and the consumption of the medium. As yesterday I have said, reach and frequency both are necessary. Reach means the number of customers you are reaching. Different media channels give you a broader concept of advertise consumers. Like there are certain audience who are uh, who like newspapers. There are certain audience who are addicted to television, radio, and etc. So this is the reach, and frequency is the number of times the advertisement is repeated into that channel. So this is another need for media mix. To reinforce the message, as I said, the communication objective. What is the motive of that organization or the company to sell the product, to increase the customer base? So this is another media mix. Budget. It depends on the budget of the organization. Whether it is a big organization who is having a big amount of budget, so they can invest a large amount of money in advertisement. They can use any other channel. But if the organization is not that much big, if the organization is having very limited funds, so there also uh, they need to select such media vehicles where they can afford and they can reach the large number of audience. Okay, now I will discuss with you certain advantages and disadvantages of different media. Okay, the first is the print media. As you are all are aware, that is print media is the refers to paper publications circulated in the form of physical edition of books, magazines, journals, and newsletters. These are called as print media. Okay. Okay. These are the different types of print media. Newspapers are generally delivered at home. At newsstands, it is available. Generally, most of us have subscribed to the specific edition of a newspaper. So daily we are getting at home. Sir, there are certain newsletters which are published and that covers. There are specific newspapers which are newsletters which are related to the finance industry, to fashion industry, and etc. That also we are getting. Magazines are there, brochures and flyers. I will discuss in detail about all the other in later in this PPT. Now we will discuss one. That is the newspapers. It's a printed form. As I have said yesterday, in India, majority of people have credibility in newspapers because it is in written form. They trust more on newspapers than other in television and all. So there are certain advantages and disadvantages of newspapers. What are the advantages? The advantage is reach and measurement of reach. As I've said yesterday, uh, the national one of the leading national newspaper is the Times of India. Circulation is far more better than any other national newspaper, like the Times of India, then Hindustan Times. There are various other newspapers. So it's reach and measurement. These are the advantage. Low cost, newspaper cost very low, as we can get a newspaper for a merely of 1 rupee till 10 rupees. A price range is there. Credible and respectable, as I've said, key people trust more on written words. Mobility, easy to carry. While traveling also we can read the newspaper. Availability and delivery, as I've said, in India, most of the houses have subscribed to the certain newspapers where they can get it delivered at home. uh, Multilingual, newspapers are available in all languages, English as well as in all vernacular languages. Huh? Split run facility. Apart from these advantages, newspaper are having certain disadvantages. It is expensive. Why I'm saying it is expensive? Uh, it low cost is related with the customer. A customer is getting the advertised newspaper at a very low cost, like 2 rupees, 5 rupees, or 10 rupees. But it is expensive for the advertisers. As I have said, the front page advertising cost 10 times more than the classified advertising. Suppose if a company wants to uh, if a company want to present an advertisement on the front page, the cost is very expensive. That this is a disadvantage. Short shelf life, because we if we read the daily newspaper and we kept aside and we will not use further, it's a short span of life. Say we can say it a 1 day. Media competition, there is a huge competition in that. As in India there are various newspapers, national English language. Also there is a competition in between newspapers, multi in languages. Different states are having. India is a multilingual country. There are certain vernacular languages, and in that vernacular languages also there are certain newspapers. There is a huge competition. Demonstration is not possible in advertisement, as there is only a print for it. So it is another disadvantages. And poor reproduction at some point of time while delivering uh, from the mobility. During the mobility, there are chances that the newspaper, because of the quality of that newspaper, it gets turned off, or the we cannot uh, clearly see the ad due to many other reasons. Okay, another media is that is the television. In India, television advertisement was started. Television advertising is the latest addition to the existing media. In India, television advertising started in the year 1976 in the form of sports or sponsorship programs. As I have said, in 1991, there was only one channel, Doordarshan, from where we are getting news as well as advertisement. Okay, the impact of TV is so deep rooted that it has become a part of our culture. Now the television industry has grown. Previously, there were only one or two channels. Now the television industry has grown. And there are n number of channels, n number of news channels, n number of entertainment channels, n number of music channels. So it has increased, and it is one of the best way for communication or promotion of any goods or services. The advantages of it is very convenient and flexible. It has a strong impact, as I have said, key majority of people, it has a strong fan base or audience base, because majority of housewives, they watch television. Executives, they watch news channels, different. So it is very convenient and flexible. Strong impact, mass coverage is also big. Multimedia content, penetration is there. And demonstration. Why demonstration? As we have seen, there are certain TV channels which shows the demonstration of the product, like the Home Shopping and all, where they actually demonstrate you about the product, about its qualities, and they can buy it. So these are the advantages of television. There are apart from advantages, there are certain disadvantages of television. Cost is high. A shoot ad cost much more. Less time, because runs for only 30 seconds to 40 seconds. In that 30-40 seconds, they have to deliver the message. Again, there is a possibility that consumer may miss the ad, because in India there is a, in any home there is a tradition that whenever there is an ad is playing, audience usually change the channel. So this is another uh, this is another disadvantages. No channel loyalty. Okay, audience is not loyal to any other channel. If they found certain concept or certain thing which is of no use, the content which are showing in the television or the channel is no use, they may sweep the channel. Okay, and another disadvantage is the content, HD content. At some point of time, the quality of the picture is not good. Now the government is going digitalized, they are planning for HD channels and all, but every time is not possible. So these are the disadvantages of television. Another media source, media vehicle we are discussing about is the radio. Radio, it is also one of the common in recent times. Radio advertising is one extensively and used medium of advertising. In India, radio advertising is made mainly on Vivid Bharati and FM channel. Vivid Bharati and FM channel. There are certain, now there is a competition between the FM channels. There are different Radio Mirchi and all, Radio City and all. So it is one of the popular. All India Radio has 199 radio stations and 313 transmitters. Recently, in India, more than 100 FM radio stations have been approved for being set up and operated by private companies. Only in earlier times there were only Vivid Bharati, and now there is a competition between them. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of in radio as well also. Low cost is the another advantage. Create unique properties, exploit drives time audience, good recall frequency. The cost which is incurred in television advertisement, from that the radio advertisement is very much useful. Why? Because the cost is very less, as there is no need for like in television advertisement, they need to shoot it, but due to certain conditions, if there is any problem, they again have to reshoot, so the budget will increase. But in radio advertisement, it is not like that. Frequency. Disadvantages, there are certain disadvantages. Distracted listeners, due to certain network issue or any other reason, the advertisers, the listeners get distracted. It requires repetition, like in television, the ads are repeated, in radios also. But there another, there I have said earlier, that is the audience get distracted by any other reason. One side doesn't fit for all. Channel changing, as they continuous advertising are going on some channel, the audience listener usually turn off the channel. Not good for all products. Every product cannot be advertised in radio. Another types of out of home advertisement, I see wall paintings are there, where we can see, while in transportation we can see the wall painting. Posters are there, like McDonald's or there. Hoardings, these are the another out of home advertisements we can see. Electronic signs, these are the another forms. These are the modern methods of advertisement. Earlier times it was only hoardings and posters, but now electronic signs are also there. They are sponsoring to the skywriting. We have seen it while traveling also. A big balloon from where they are promoting, like in city like Mumbai, the car showrooms, they have placed it certain big balloons of demonstrating their brand name and all. So skywriting is another form of advertising, out of home advertising. Sandwich man, it is new. It is new. Uh, as we have seen it, a person carrying a signboard from back. It's a funny cardboards. They are what demonstrating their product. Traveling displays in railways, metros. They paint it so that large number of audience could reach. Street furnitures. These companies are also what they are sponsoring so that brand recall. Consumers can get a brand recall. They can remember this brand. So these are the various channels through which we can communicate effectively to the consumers. This ads us have certain advantages as well as disadvantages. The advantages is build brands. Why I'm saying it build brands? Because it is exposed to public. As we have said, that the company sponsors the for promoting that product to railways, buses. Uh, so it builds brand as the consumers are getting recall of that brand. Attention, like the sandwich man. If somebody walks like that, he gets directly get attention. Why? Because it is something new. It is a new method of getting the attention of the audience towards the product. Reaches all masses. As I have said, they are sponsoring. They are sponsoring. So their advertisement is placed everywhere in the bus handles. Railways are being painted with the advertising of that brand. It's a very cost effective and achieve sustained awareness. The people are getting aware about the product. There are certain disadvantages also. Uh, Weather conditions, visibility issue, stationary mode of advertising, limited information. As only they cannot demonstrate about the feature benefits, advantages also. It is only just the uh, brand name or the logo which they are exposing. So that is the disadvantages of out of the home advertising. Now, another modern method of online media, online mode of reaching the consumer is the online media. Online technology has come in the new form of communication, advertising, and relationship building, covering online advertising, smartphones, video conferencing, social networks, video games, and so on. This is the modern method of getting connected to a large number of audience. As in today's youth spends more amount of time in smartphone, so they are exposed to such online advertisements. Certain advantages of online advertisements are it reduce cost, brand engagement, long time exposure. As I have said, today's youth spend majority of time in mobile. He read newspapers in mobile. He uses different apps for his use through mobile. So a long time exposure. It can also be measured and real time results we can get. These are the advantages of online media. Another is the mobile advertising that appears on the mobile device, such as smartphones and tablets that have wireless connections. Now everybody is having a smartphone. Whenever their internet is accessible, whenever they put the internet on, they are getting different ads. Now these ads are being promoted in different apps. Uh, Whenever we download a certain app from a Play Store, uh, it return over there. Apps ads recommended in this app. There are certain ads. So it's another way of getting exposure to the consumers about the product. Uh, Mobile technology used by companies such as Google and Facebook tailor mobile advertisement based on individual web browsing history, geographic locations, and with data collected by shopping habits. Um Facebook, I can say, one of the social media. The basic intention is to connect with friends when the Facebook was launched. Now, but the Facebook is useful for marketing for business. Why? The company has initiated this program because majority of people can now do online business by selling their product or through Facebook marketing is also there. So this is another method, a modern method of advertising. Because mobile devices typically have smaller screens than computers or laptops, This form of digitalization is usually optimized for small displays by being concise, as the small screens are small. Large audience, these are the advantages: large audience, lower click rate, cost effective, instant response, better relationship with the customers. These are the advantages. Another important medium of advertising is the gaming advertising. Uh, as you know that people, the youth, they spend majority of time in mobile phones. They are utilizing it for educational purposes, or for some point of time for getting relaxed they are playing games. So companies what are doing now, they are using this uh, platform for promoting their product. That is the gaming advertising. It is new. In game advertising refers to advertising in computer and video game. Due to custom programming required, dynamic advertising is usually present in the background. I can show you with an example. See, this is a screen of a game. Okay, this is a screen of a game where they have presented a Mountain Dew ad. It's a game. It's a game in which they have presented. So this much technology, multimedia they are using for promoting their product. As they know, youth, the majority of youth population is engaged in the mobile apps and mobile using. So they promote their product in such a way. Dynamic analysis inside video game that can be implemented, updated, or changed in real time. A 3D video, so they are exposed to it. Uh, I will share with you one data why this medium of television and the internet is very much uh, popular for promoting their product. According to the Times of India, April 2017, the source I am quoting from it, uh, parents they feel proud of themselves. My child is recognizing a brand. Okay, a survey of 2,000 kids in Mumbai, all age between 3 to 4 years, and the youth, 3 to 4 years, I'm saying 3 to 4 years of age group, a survey has been conducted, and it is very shocking. These youth, these children, they cannot recognize between a cow and a dog, but they can recall brand names like this is a McDonald's, this is Pizza Hut, and all. So that much advertising has an impact on the minds of the customers. Another way of getting attention about from the is in-flight advertising. Potential consumers, it includes commercial flight during flight entertainment programs. So you can see it, see how they are using this platform for getting promotion. In-store marketing. Now we have to discuss one point, that is about the media strategy. Till now we have discussed about media, what is media, media planning, media mix, different media channels, their advantages and disadvantages. Now it is the time where we have to strategically analyze what media we need to select so that we can reach a large number of customers. For that, a strategy need to be formed. Media strategy is what can be defined as the usage of an appropriate media mix in order to achieve desired and optimum outcomes from the advertising campaign. Suppose if you want to run a campaign, for that campaign, we have to strategically select right media mix. Like what media mix we can select? Either we go for a print media or television media, either we go for television media or radio media, or either we can combine all the three medias. So it is a strategy. It is a design to achieve the above mentioned target, but the budget is always kept in mind. Remember one thing: if a company is a big multinational company having uh, advertising budget more, they can, from their point of view, budget is not the constraint, because they are ready to pay higher amount so that they can increase the number of sales. But for a small company, budget is always a constraint. So they have to act accordingly, they have to strategically plan, and they have to deliver. So media strategy, it is nothing like a blueprint. In research, no, we do a in building construction. What architect do first? He plan a blueprint of that building, and after that, the building is getting ready. It is like that. Before media buying, we have to strategically analyze which options are very good for us. We will discuss in detail. The steps in media formatting. There are certain steps in formulating a media strategy. The first step is the defining the target group. The very first stage a very company wants to know, the advertising agency, the advertiser wants to know about the target audience, whom we are targeting. The first step, they has to decide the target group, and after they deciding the target group, they can go further. Other target group. Who are the target group? Target group consists of a group of people that an ad company is hoping to influence. Like, they are not influenced, but they are hoping to influence. If we target this people, this group, then there is a chance they are getting converted, or they will buy our product. I can give an example. Ads from Nike and Adidas target sports-minded people to give them the sense of power with fitness. Like the company Adidas and Nike, they target the sports-minded people, the athlete people, or who wants to the people who are sports-minded. They target them, that customer. Again, the companies like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, they target youth. Again, I am saying, defining the target group, it is the first step, and it is the utmost important step in media strategy. Cadbury. Cadbury has targeted across all target groups, right from the children till the old age. As you have said yesterday, कुछ मीठा हो जाए, पहली तारीख है. Like that, they are strategically designing the campaigns so that they can reach a wider reach. So the first step is the defining the target base. The second step in this is the market prioritization. Okay, they have to prioritize the market also. Which market we need to target first. That is the market prioritization. The third step is the media weights. Fourth step is the media mix, and the fifth step is the scheduling. Okay. What is market prioritization? Big companies can maintain adaptability to pace with the competitors, but small and medium companies find it difficult in this competitive market. Big companies, they find it very easy to keep in the pace with competitors. X brand has come up with this strategy, we can also go with that strategy. But the companies which are very small companies, or they cannot afford to spend a huge amount of money in advertising in media, they find it very difficult to keep with the pace. Next is the media mix. As I said, different media channels. And the last is the scheduling. Now we will discuss about the scheduling, media scheduling. What is media scheduling? Media scheduling relates to scheduling of advertising. There are different strategies of media scheduling. I will discuss one. First is the bursting strategy. In bursting strategy, advertising will be done heavily during a particular period of the total plan period. For example, if a company wants to introduce a new product in the market within a period of 6 months, in order to raise the popularity, like new product है market में, तो customer का attention grab करना है, they want to get popular. In order to raise the popularity, the company may extensive advertising during the first 2 months. Initial 2 months में, जैसे कि मैंने कल iPhone का example दिया था, I have shared with you an iPhone example. Now the iPhone SE is coming. Initial 2 months, they try to reach maximum number of audience. The frequency of advertising is also increased. Why? To grab the attention of the advertising. In that time, during the launch of the product, company spends half of their money in this advertising. Half of their advertising budget is spent on this advertising, that to getting the attention from the customers during the short period. Like as I have said, the first 2 months mein, they have done extensively advertising, repeat frequency, number of times advertising is repeated. Okay. After that, normal, uh, they will decrease the frequency. For example, for the first 2 months, advertising is done in every hour, 4 times or 5 times the ad is repeating for the initial 2 months. But after 2 months, they will decrease it. Like they will publish the ad once or twice in an hour, or once or twice in a day, or once or twice in a week. Such strategy is known as bursting strategy. Second strategy is the burst hiatus flights. Uh, this strategy may be useful when the demand for the product is seasonal. एक तो bursting strategy हो गया, and second is the bursting hiatus strategy. In this strategy, ये strategy कब when they are using, when the product is seasonal, they spend a huge amount of their budget in this seasonal product, in promoting this product. And during the off season, they will spend a very low amount. Like I have said, the AC's ka ad, that Blue Star ad. Blue Star company is spending in the summer season, they will do a repeated number of times the ad is repeating, that Murti wala ad, the AC's. Why? Because this is the seasonal product, AC's. During the summer season, there is a need. So this strategy is utilizing for the seasonal product. Another strategy is the flighting strategy. Flighting strategy is a strategy where advertising is done weekly. Once in a week, the advertising is shown. Twice in a week, the advertising is shown. This strategy is called as flighting strategy. Another is the pulsing strategy. In this strategy, they use the both flighting as well as the budget. Like I have said, the seasonal product ka strategy, they are coming with the pulse flight as well as the burst hiatus strategy. The strategy which I have discussed earlier about the seasonal product, that company spends a huge amount of money during the season of that product, and rest of the year they spend a very less amount. And in the fighting strategy, what they do once or twice a week. So pulsing strategy is the mix of both. Teaser setup, another form of strategy. Like to grab the attention, they launch a teaser about that product. Like in movies, they release the motion poster of that product. Coming soon, so that audience are getting interest in what is about that product, what will be there. Likewise, so these are the different strategies. Another point which I want to share with you all is regarding the budget. As I said earlier, media planning starts the budget के साथ होता है, and it ends with budget. It is the budget that determines what kind of media can be used. Media planning starts with budget and ends with budget. It determines what kind of budget you have, and that can be utilized for the further media buying. Small advertisers know television attracts maximum crowd, but they will not able to afford it. Like for example, a small advertiser, a small company, they are having a limited budget. They cannot afford to promote their product in television because the cost is very high. They know कि it is the best platform to promote their product. Audience base ज़्यादा है. Every channel is having a different or a fan base. Every entertainment channel, every sport channel, a different fan base. But the budget is limited. So budget media budget is the important factor. As you know, advertising costs money. So this is another factor. That is the media budget. Another point which I want to share with you is the media scheduling. This point I want to discuss. What is media scheduling? Media scheduling refers to the pattern of coming up of an advertising which is represented as a plots on a flowchart or yearly basis. Like media scheduling क्या होता है? It is simple. When to advertise, advertising कब करनी है, how much to advertise, frequency कितनी बार उसको repeat करनी है, how many times in a year to advertise. See, if you are familiar with, if you are watching television, if you are exposed to television advertising, you will see there are certain products now, they are 365 days in a year. This product advertisement is coming. But there are certain products which where those advertising are coming on a regular intervals. As I have said, that Blue Star ki ad, Fruity ki ad will not come during this rainy season. It will come only in the summer season. So these are what this is the media scheduling. You have to schedule at what point of time I need to circulate this ad, when to stop, when to start. That is nothing but a media scheduling. Another point which I need to share with you is the scheduling strategies. What are the different scheduling strategies? As you were aware about this scheduling, I have said when to advertise, how much to advertise, and how much in a year to advertise. But there are certain strategies for scheduling and advertising that will create an impact. First is the roadblock. Yes, the first is the roadblock. What is the roadblock? Roadblock refers to an ad by which all ads on the page or channels are dedicated to the advertiser. मतलब एक ही ad. Like I have said, in television, the viewer or the audience, what they do, suppose they are watching a television show and advertisement aa gaya. What they do, they change the channel. Why? During ad, they don't want to see. But in roadblock, what they do, they create a hurdle-like situation. Like any channel you watch, same ad is repeated. Suppose, for example, you are watching ABC channel and the ad comes. Like for example, the ad of Jio ad comes on that channel. So you don't want to see that ad. And now a third time the ad is, I am seeing it. I need to change my channel. When you change the channel, suppose you go for XYZ channel, the same ad starts there. That is the roadblock strategy. The roadblock strategy is key. At same point of time, same advertisement is presented or circulated across all the channels. That strategy is known as roadblock strategy. Why this strategy is used? So that consumer cannot distract or he cannot miss that product. That is the roadblock strategy. It is companies will buy for now the question arises, why not every company try to use this strategy of roadblock, as the same time same product advertising is sent all over the channels, because the roadblock slot cost is very much higher, is sold at a higher price. than the overall price of the concern ad. मतलब एक चैनल पे जो एड प्लेसमेंट का जो प्राइस होता है उससे इट इज चार्ज एट वेरी हायर प्राइस बिकॉज यू आर हैविंग यू आर ऑप्टिंग फॉर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट चैनल्स एट द सेम टाइम सारे चैनल्स पे द एड रन्स. What consist roadblocks? Roadblocks ads consist of multiple ads, 100% share of voice during the campaign period. Like for example, now this is a pandemic situation. During the pandemic situation, there is a need for health insurance. I can give an example, health insurance. Like for example, we can go for XYZ brand. I'm not naming any brand. XYZ company is coming with this plan कि जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी के बाद भी you buy our product. This company or this organization will go for a roadblock. Why? People usually don't want to see because the advertisement is shown in such a way that it will create a negative impact on the audience at earlier stages when they advertise it. उसका initial part जो होता है वो थोड़ा सा it is not, people don't like it, but at that time when they change the channel the same ad is repeated on the other channel, so this is the advantage they are getting. हाँ, this can be booked either for a single date or for multiple days. अब ये जो रोड ब्लॉक स्ट्रैटेजी है इट कैन बी यूज फॉर सिंगल डे और यू कैन बी यूज फॉर मल्टीपल डेज. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल दैट IPL sponsor, any sponsor you say like for example the Vivo, the number of channels which from which the IPL is getting telecast, if you change the channel the same ad is repeated on that channel. Why? They are using this strategy, multiple channels. Second is day or day part emphasis. Scheduling का second जो एक type है that is day or day part. Like for example, take the case of television. Like we will take the case of television. Like morning 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., daytime 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., evening time 4:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., and prime time 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. These are the four slots. Okay. These are the four slots where we can book the ad, we can schedule the ad. Like for example, the prime time ad 8 to 10 cost much higher than the advertising cost which you get in the morning or at the daytime, because that time viewership is very less. But the evening time and the prime time slots are charged very high because viewership are a more large number of audience base they can get. So this is day or day part advertising. That is dividing the day into different slots. That is why it is named as day or day part emphasis. That is dividing the day, like morning session 7 to 9, daytime 9 to 11, evening 4:30 to 8, 4:30 to 8, and prime time 8 to 10. So this is another method of scheduling the ad. Another strategy for media scheduling is the multiple spotting. Refers to placing two spots within the same program. Like for example, these ads at the beginning, program के beginning में ad आता है वो, and at the end. Like for example, you have seen, for example, any like for example the KBC. You can give an example, the KBC show. During the start of the show, the sponsors they are showing the XYZ brand has sponsored KBC, ABC brand has sponsored, PQR brand has sponsored the starting में आपको वो ad मिलेगा, and at the when the show ends, at the end of the show, you will get the ad, these brands sponsored, special thanks to these brands. That is the multiple spotting. And the last one is the teaser. ये भी एक तरह का scheduling है. For example, teasers are mystery ads. These ads run for a while without the product identification, and then when the curiosity is sufficiently aroused, a concluding ad reveals. Like for example, this type of ads, curiosity create करने वाला ads, most probably these type of advertisements are mostly run by the automobile sector. Like for example, XYZ brand is launching, so they will put a teaser out. Like nowadays the cars are getting upgraded. I'm giving an example of, for example, Mahindra XUV 500. What they have done initially, they have launched the teaser of the headlight. You see, cheetah like the design of that car and all. So to create the attention of the customers, to create the attention of the customers. So it is another important point you which you want to remember. It is media scheduling, the strategies for media scheduling that will help you. Another point which I want to share with you is the मेट्रिक्स. अभी तक हमने देख लिया कि मीडिया क्या है, मीडिया प्लानिंग क्या है, फिर डिफरेंट मीडिया व्हीकल्स देख लिए, उसके एडवांटेजेस देख लिए, डिसएडवांटेजेस देख लिए, मीडिया स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होता है, हाउ टू कम विद द राइट स्ट्रैटेजी सो दैट वी कैन increase the profit of the advertiser and all. Now इवैल्यूएशन टाइम आता है, इवैल्यूएशन का टाइम आता है. बेसिक मेट्रिक्स. What are basic metrics? Basic metrics relates to media measurement, which is applicable to all form of media. Like for example, newspaper hai. I have selected this media vehicle. So I have invested my amount on that. So कितना उसका मुझे फायदा मिल रहा है. For example, my product is degrowing and I have opted for this media vehicle newspaper. After giving the ad in the newspaper, what results I have got? So reach. So these are the measurements, basic metrics. These are nothing but the measurements about that particular media. Like for example, for television, we can say the TRPs. Nowadays, TV shows are coming and going within a short span of time. The reason behind is the TRP. The TRP is nothing but it's a measurement कि the channel को नहीं मिल रहा है. The channel is not getting that much revenue. Sponsors ने उसको sponsor करने के बावजूद भी the money is not getting recovered. So what they do, they remove the show and all. So these are nothing but the measurement, media basic metrics. One way to measure the is to work out the criteria. Uh, there are certain terms like reach. One of the basic metrics is the reach. Reach is the number of individuals from the universe who are exposed to certain media. Like for example, a person reads Times of India and also Hindustan Times. He is exposed to the same ad twice. ना वो हिंदुस्तान टाइम भी रीड कर रहा है, he is reading Times of India, he is reading Lok Satta, he is reading Maharashtra Times. At same point of time, he is getting exposed to the advertising. That is the reach. कि man, I have placed my advertising in all the leading newspapers. So anyone, किसी ना किसी तो vehicle से तो he can get exposed to that is the reach of that advertising. Next is the frequency. I have said the number of times the ad is getting repeated. The frequency. This is for the television. This is for the print media. What I have said. There is a different metrics for television. These were the metrics for newspaper. Now television के लिए भी different metrics है. The concept like rural data and the multi-screen measurement. Like while people enjoy their daily dose of entertainment, advertisers desire to obtain answers to several questions, such as who is watching what works or what doesn't. There are certain parameters or certain metric scales which can be used. Like one is the dairy versus pipilometer. टेलीविजन मैट्रिक्स, टेलीविजन के अगर आपको मैट्रिक्स या पता करने की द फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड द रीच, देयर इज अ सर्टेन कांसेप्ट कॉल्ड डेयरी वर्सेस पिपिलोमीटर. व्हाट इज डेयरी वर्सेस पिपिलोमीटर? Under this diary system, a panel is composed of willing members who are given a diary of few columns to fill the details about the TV viewership. Like for example, they circulate a certain diary to a certain people who are willing to give their uh, we can say the opinion about. So by giving the diary, they need to fill certain information. After filling the details, they can come into conclusion about the viewership. For example, no doubt it is good method to collect information about the viewership, provided the members of the period panel fill in the details on the date they watch the program. For example, I want to check whether I have run a program and whether it has been viewed by, for example, I have collected a survey of 30 people. I have distributed diary to them, and I have asked them, please fill the diary whether you have seen this ad. So it's a good method of collecting the data. That is the diary method. Another is the peopleometer. People meter is an improvement over diary. It is measured to view the viewing habits of TV and cable audiences. I can give an example. Uh, Usually, when you do a search in Google, like for example, I want to buy a mobile phone. I want to buy a bicycle, some motorcycle. I go on a Google and you search it. Has anybody observed कि suddenly on your Facebook page, suddenly on your Instagram page, or any other social media you are utilizing, the search engine will automatically sends you certain alternatives. Like you have seen, for example, the Royal Enfield go for this Honda Motors. They will the showroom ads will started pop up. How it has happened? Like I have not searched फेसबुक को कैसे पता चला कि आई एम सर्चिंग ऑन गूगल अबाउट मोटरसाइकिल्स आई एम सर्चिंग अबाउट बुक्स आई एम सर्चिंग अबाउट magazines I am searching about it because of the analytics because of the analytics because of the analytics they the search engine helps to optimize it कि हाँ this it is his buying habit like he usually buys books from the Amazon so they will recommend you certain books they will buy more if you buy if you are buying mobile phones from the internet they will so these are the basic metrics a peopleometer this what metrics will help to understand the buying habits of that individual. Another concept about TV, and I have said TRPs and TVR. Television rating point system was introduced in July 1986 in order to provide information on the viewership of different programs on television channel. TRP generates weekly reports. Every week they generate the report about the this week number of channels are there, which channel has the largest viewership. As we have seen, news channels they compete during the election campaigns, and that time they conduct a survey. They every say कि this channel has been watched number one channel during this budget session. This channel has been watched during the match IPL session and all. So TRPs they it is a help rating point system helps to know कि which channel will be suitable for launch for the promotion of our product. TRP are having monthly reports, frequency of viewing, repetition of viewing certain programs. So these are the measurements of television viewership ratings, TVR. Another point which I want to share with you is this the radio metrics. Now we have discussed about television and newspapers. How radio ratings are there? Arbitration is a consumer research company in America. Collects listeners data on radio broadcasting. एक arbitration करके एक American company है which collects the data of listeners data on radio broadcasting audience. In September 2013, it was acquired by the Nelson company and it was renamed as Nelson Audio. Nelson Audio. What they collect is a major audio rating service in the advertising agency where the radio listener is given a diary. It is like same the diary uh, concept which I have said. The radio listener is given a diary which has to fill into indicates his choice of programs that he has listened during the week. For the listeners, they have provided a diary, and in that diary, they have been asked which program would you watch, would you listen in a week, what type of programs you have listened. They have to mention over it. At the end of week, the diary is returned to the company. Editors check the diary entries for every day. The postmark show that their diary was not sent before the week was over. Alternatively, there is an arrangement to collect the diary in person by rating company. Matlab, this company is doing what? They are collecting the survey by providing the listeners a diary and they need to fill the data. Editors checks it and accordingly they rate the data about the rate. This is the radio matrix. This points to know. I've discussed about the AIR, Audit Bureau of Readership. about the newspapers, the leading top 10 English newspapers. ओके सर, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पॉइंट्स माझे कव्हर झाले त्याच्यामधले. शाल वी स्टॉप? कारण मी त्याच्यामधले मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पॉइंट्स कव्हर केलेत सगळे. मीडिया स्ट्रॅटेजी, मीडिया शेड्युलिंग आणि ते सगळं बेसिक मॅट्रिक्स वगैरे. हॅलो 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 सर.
हा बोला सर.
सर मी मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पॉइंट्स त्याच्यामध्ये कव्हर केले, शेड्युलिंग आणि त्याचे सगळे.
सर 4 मिनिट्स शिल्लक राहिलेले.
ओके, मी फक्त एक ब्रश रिकॅप घेतो पटकन. माहिती
जी जी होऊ द्या, तेवढ्या वेळामध्ये होऊ द्या.
now I will have a quick recap over what should you do before going for the exam. You need to go thorough with the certain points. Like for example, in the first chapter, you need to go with the points such as the features of media. You need to have a quick recap over it. Features of media. Then there is what is the scope of that media plan, media importance of that media. Next, you need to go on media research. That you need to cover media research. The agencies, different agencies of that, like I have discussed about the ABC, CIB. You need to remember the dates of when the establishment was established, the survey when what was conducted. You need to focus on that. In the second chapter, you need to focus on the advantages and disadvantages, as well as why there is a need for media mix. Different media choices like print media, television media, radio, out of home. You have to go with the media strategy also. You have to cover this point. The different strategies which I have discussed. Media weights के बारे में मैंने बताया था. Media scheduling. That point you need to check before going for the exam. In the third chapter, you go for why there is a need for media strategy. These points which can be helpful for you. And in the fourth chapter, you should need to go with the factors to be considered while framing a budget, importance of media budget, methods of setting. Another point which you need to do is the different scheduling strategies. I have said roadblock, day or day part emphasis, multiple spotting, scheduling pattern, continuity, flighting, pulsing. I have seen continuity means the ads are running. Like for example, Woodland shoes. I have given example. Woodland shoes. They use the glossy paper in the newspaper. देखो, some products जब भी promote होते हैं तो they use certain glossy papers for their advertisement and all. So these you need to go with it. That's it. You need to major focus on the 4 points: media planning, media mix, media scheduling, and media budgeting. These 4 points you need to have a well verse over it. You just have a brush recap on all the 4 points which I have said. Okay, sir. Hello.
Yes sir.
Okay, sir. झालं sir. केलं सांगितलं त्यांना.
Thank you sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Good day, sir.